and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Okay, good afternoon everybody from south coast of the UK here on the Zwift Run Live YouTube channel, and also I think we're broadcasting to Twitch and we're broadcasting to the Facebook page, the Film My Run Facebook page, and also the Zwift Runners Facebook page. We're going to run a marathon. I'm not going to go fast, I'm just going to get it done, and we'll see how we do. I'm going to test a few watches and my two stride foot pods as well, as a separate kind of thing, just as a little experiment. So I'm not going to start those watches until we go over the start line. So not this start line that you see in front of you, but as you run a bit further, you'll notice the clock doesn't start and the timer doesn't start until we cross a certain point. So I'm going to time it and measure the distance using the stride foot pods. I've got two stride foot pods. We're going to measure the distance from there. Hopefully get to the end, and we're off in a minute. 1 minute 40 seconds. Let's get into the Zwift companion app. Right, so nice and gentle to start with. Don't let me forget to start these extra watches, by the way. But 2 watches I need to start as near as I can to each other. It's going to be a bit weird. If you're watching on Facebook, hello. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Morning, it says Marcus Holmes. I can't do the whole thing, but we'll run with you for an hour and a half or so. Okay, Marcus, nice one. I'm gonna start at about 12 kilometers an hour. Something like that, and we'll see where we get to. I'll probably be able to keep 12 kilometers an hour up for an hour and a half, and then after we get past halfway, I'll reassess the situation. Oh yeah, I was gonna just have a check of something, wasn't I? Where am I? Where am I? 20 seconds to go. Am I walking or am I running? Look, I am running. Look, oh no, I'm walking now. Right, 5 kilometers an hour. I'm running. At 5 kilometers an hour, I am running. Why is that different when you're in the start pen? Very strange. Okay, 12 kilometers an hour, and we'll do that for... Actually, it needs to be 12.1. And right, I need to start the watch, or the 2 watches. I need to start those 2 watches when we get over the start line. And you'll see the start line shortly. You'll see the timer start counting up. And there we go. Right, both watches have started. I've got 3 watches on. So we'll see how it goes for distance and time. Oh no! One of my watches has just said it's only got a 10% battery left. That's a bit annoying. Dan Map says, full marathon, good luck, thank you. So we need to get into the swing of it. Whether I can keep this up for a whole marathon, I doubt. But we'll have a go at getting as far as we can at this pace. And then I'll slow down if and when. Hang on a minute. Why am I walking? Oh no, that's not me. That's a bit worrying for a minute. Right, I'm not going to do a lot of chat. So just sit back, relax, and come back and see me later if you need to. See how I'm getting on. Enjoy your afternoon or your morning or your evening, wherever you are in the world.
Nice.
And Tim Iveson, thanks for the ride.
Right on.
It's going to get quite hot, I think, as well. Dan, I've done about, I'd say 4 or 5. Possibly. I'm gonna say 5, but it might be 4. Can't remember. So right now this pace feels a little quick for me, but hopefully I'll settle into it. Sen Studio says, I thought you weren't going to do a marathon. I wasn't. I had no plans to do the marathon at all. But then, I was going to go out with my son, but he decided to go out with Victoria instead of me. So that left me with the whole afternoon free. So I thought, well, why not? I was just going to run with my son and then come back and do 10k on Zwift in the evening. But here we are. So I'm not planning anything special. That's all right, Marcus, no worries. You're running 8-minute miles, I'm running 12.1 kilometers per hour, which is 5-minute kilometers. Yeah, which is not far off 8-minute miles.
Right on!
Schroeder, thank you, Wendy. So we need the heart rate to settle down a bit. Matthias. Cheers, buddy. Only 41k to go. Brianna, thank you.
Right on. Nice.
It does usually take me a good 2 or 3 kilometres at least to settle into a run like this. Marcus, just to let you know, I've got my camera angles on. There's every chance that I might go the wrong way at some point. But I think, given there are so few people in the run, I'm not too worried about it, and I'll just leave the camera angles on. If I go the wrong way, I go the wrong way. So important to try and keep my heart rate nice and low in the first half. So 1:38 at the moment is good. So we'll keep it in zones 2 and 3 for at least the first half of the run, if I can. Raining in Watopia. So Marcus is just saying it often takes him 2 or 3 miles to warm up, and he feels like garbage at the moment. And this pace right now really should be relatively comfortable for me, but right now it feels too fast. So I am hoping I just settle into it in the next few kilometres. If not, I will have to dial it back. Yeah, it looks like I've gone the wrong way already because I can't see Marcus. Oh, sweetheart, you alright? I'm good, yeah, I'm good. I've got some drink. I've got some ice. So I'm all good at the moment. Thank you, sweetheart. So I've asked my daughter to come and check on me every half hour or so, every 20 minutes or so. Yeah, I think my camera angles must have turned me a different way. I think I'm going into the forest. It's so dark and rainy, Marcus, I can't see where I am. Sorry, buddy, I'm just going to keep going. So if you are following, you can see the positions on the right of the screen. So I'm currently 4th out of 14 runners. So we'll see how things pan out. I'm not going to start chasing people necessarily. Okay, Marcus is under the water in the tunnels. So obviously my camera angles have taken me off, heading towards the forest. currently going over the bridge towards Titans Grove and Fuego Flats. But hopefully you'll still be able to see what position I'm in on the top there, 4th out of 14. So that should remain, even though we can't see any of the other runners. But my goal really is not to race. My goal is just to try and keep up this pace with no change for as long as I can. Oh, Ryan, no, I'm not. Sorry, let me change it. Hang on. Right, apologies everyone on Facebook. I haven't been seeing Facebook chat, so thank you to Monica. Daniel Romer says, doing a marathon today? Yes, I am. Hello, Monica. Hello, Wendy Schroeder. Ryan Danny says, what a friend, ditching Marcus. I know, I'm sorry, I did warn him. Christoph says, have a great run, Stephen. Just finishing a 7-mile run in New York City. And the NPE run was spot on since the latest firmware update. Great stuff. Okay, well, I won't be chatting much, guys. Feel free to message me and ask me a question. I'll try and respond if I can. But obviously we're doing a marathon, so I'm just gonna... The important thing on a run like this is to try and keep yourself relaxed and focused and conserve energy as much as possible. And you know me, chatting away wastes a whole ton of energy. Zen Studio says, are you reviewing 3 watches? No. I am testing distance on Stride foot pods. So I'm wearing 2 Stride foot pods, one on my left foot, one on my right foot. I've been doing some outdoor tests and I'm doing an indoor test. So I've got 1 Stride foot pod on that watch, 1 Stride foot pod on that watch, and then my normal watch is just going to Zwift. Paul Schroeder, thank you, buddy. Tim Iveson, Sunday afternoon viewing, and I like it. And He's been looking me up on Power of 10 like we all do for everyone that we see. Yeah, you're pretty quick yourself, Tim. I've done a few runs. I've been around a bit. So the idea with testing the Stride foot pods, basically I'm not convinced. A lot of people say that the Stride foot pod is more accurate over distance, for distance and pace, than GPS. So I've been testing 2 of them outside alongside GPS watches to get an idea of how they're doing. And then I thought, well, it'll be fun as well to just bring them inside and test them. So I've just got the watches set to normal run mode, not treadmill mode, not virtual run, just run. And the Stride foot pods are set as the default for pace and distance measurement. So neither watch is using the accelerometer in the arm, they're both using the Stride to measure my distance. So we'll see how it goes and see what results we get at the end. At the moment, one of them is way off and one of them looks about right, which is kind of confirming my theory that you can't just say the Stride is better than whatever else, because everything is different, lots of variables. You cannot just say my device is more accurate than yours. Unless you're using a run pod, when we can all say our devices are more accurate than yours. Ace Ventura, see you tomorrow. Right, 4K down, only 38 to go.
Nice.
Paul Schroeder, I've got no calibration factor set for the watches. For the Strides, they're on 0 or 100 or 1 meter, whatever you want to call it. I mean, essentially, at the moment, from what I've done so far, my theory is validated, I think, is in that sometimes GPS seems to get it more spot on, and sometimes the Stride is more spot on. Sometimes the Stride is way out, and sometimes GPS is way out. And it depends on a load of different reasons why that is. See, currently, the Stride attached to this watch is miles out. It's already about 600 meters incorrect. whereas the one on my left arm is almost bang on. So whether there's a communication problem with my left foot and my right arm, I think it's the one on my left foot. Oh no, actually, isn't it? It's the one on my right foot. My right foot and my right arm. Jeff Partridge says, don't wear yourself out before Olympus Mons. All right, I won't. I won't wear myself out before Olympus Mons. Yeah, but you see, Paul, it wasn't long ago that Stride customer service was saying you don't need to calibrate the foot pod at all. It'll be good straight out of the box. I think they know now that that isn't always the case. Apparently I'm in third place now. So I've no idea who I've overtaken. That was a blowy bit of wind. Christoph, yeah, I don't know who I've gained it from. Just to let you know, if you are just tuning in, I am going a different direction to everyone else in the race due to my camera angles sending me off. But I'm not considering this a really important run, so I don't mind the camera angles sending me off in a different direction. You can still see what position I'm in the top right, so it should be fine. Yes, Zen Studio, yeah, this foot pod does tend to always be incorrect. That is right. So whether I do have, I've got two strides, whether one of them is good and one of them is not so good. But you know, that could be the same for anyone, couldn't it? So somebody could have a stride foot pod that is no good, but they're just accepting it as that's correct. In theory, both foot pods should measure less than a marathon. When I finish a marathon on here, both foot pods should measure less than a marathon. something, because this seems even more way off than I would expect it to be. It says always for indoors and always for distance, so it is using the stride. Yeah, Tim, the stride foot pod is generally, this one on my left is doing pretty well. You know, I'm inclined to kind of believe the one on my left. One on my right, no, I don't think so. But I'm also very happy to accept the pace that the treadmill is giving me as well. Because that'll get me to a marathon quicker. PK Nexus, without comparing one to the other, is there any way to figure out if a pod is not accurate or calibrated correctly? Well, you would need to have another device that you trust. So, because it's not really a good idea to calibrate your foot pod to outside running and then bring it to the treadmill. What you need to do is calibrate it on the treadmill. So you need to have a treadmill perhaps that you are sure is there or thereabouts correct. Now I'm fairly confident that my treadmill is really not far off at all. And at the moment, the treadmill and the stride on my left arm are about 50 metres difference. If you go to a running track, you can gauge over a 400 metre distance just how near or far out your foot pod is. However, of course, you need to be absolutely sure that your 400 metre track is 400 metres and exactly where on the track that 400 metre line is. Is it right on the inside of the track? Is it to the outside of the inside first lane? Because all this makes a difference. And then you need to run exactly a straight line. Well, you know, a straight curve. You can't, if you're weaving at all round the track, if you're dodging round other runners, you're adding 1, 2, 3 metres. You know, you can't run around the track and say, oh well, the track's 400 metres and my stride only measured 398 metres, because that's just ridiculous. You cannot be absolutely sure that you've done it correctly. Which is my point entirely, really, is that measuring down to the last millimetre is entirely pointless and fruitless and cannot be done. Simply cannot be done. And there's no point, because if you run a marathon, oh, Mo Farah's trying to catch us apparently, says Marcus Holmes. If you run a marathon, there is absolutely no way that you will run 26.2 miles. You will probably run quite a bit further. You know, 10, 20, 30, 40, even 100 metres or more further. Because you won't be running on the exact line. You will be dodging around people all over the place. So you can't say the course you ran on was 26.2 miles. Or you can't say the actual route that you particularly ran was 26.2. And then you've got to take into consideration, GPS inaccuracy, foot pod inaccuracy due to the movement of your foot, placement of the foot pod on your shoe, all sorts of things that affect the accuracy of your foot pod or your GPS distance. And so it's pointless. So what you do is you run to the markers on the course. So you can look at your watch for guidance, but actually what you need to do is make sure that you're hitting your splits at the course markers, not your watch marker. So if you want to do a sub-3 marathon, you don't look at your watch for when you hit halfway at 21 kilometers. You look for the marker on the course that is halfway, and you should get there by 1 hour, 28 or 29 minutes. Brent, yes, they do. In most of the major marathons, there is a blue line on the floor that you can follow, but you never will. You'll never do it. The whole 26 miles, I guarantee you will never follow the blue line all the way. Matthias says, it's entertaining seeing a man with 2 strides and 3 watches on a smart treadmill. It's something to do, isn't it? And I'm wasting loads of energy doing this, chatting to you lot about this. I should just shut up and get on with it. Yes, Daniel is correct as well. When you're running in good form, then you will get a certain distance and a certain speed. And if your form changes, that can often alter the foot pod. Yeah, Marcus Holmes makes a good point. If you follow the blue line all the way, you wouldn't be able to veer off to go to the aid stations. So imagine there are 5, 6 aid stations per course, per marathon, and you veer off to go to each one. What are you adding? 3, 4, 5 meters to each at each aid station? Just veering off to the left and then back off. Veering off to the right and then back off to the left to join the line again. Shut up, Downey. I am never grumpy. Well, no, that's not true. I am grumpy. But I'm not grumpy today. I'm all right. I should be concentrating on running, not chatting away like a moron. Got a long way to go. PK Nexus, well, kind of, yeah. If they wanted to make it really serious, they do what the cyclists do, and they get them all together in the same room. They put them all on the same bike and all on the same trainer, smart trainer. Marcus is still happy with his Stride Live, which is basically a stride without the power feature. Brent, goal time, well, 3:45, 3:40, something like that. I'm not bothered really. I wasn't planning on doing this marathon. Just this morning, things changed, plans changed. So I was left in the house on my own all afternoon, so, why not? I may as well do a marathon. something to do. I say on my own, actually that's not true, my daughter is in the house. But she's quite happy making TikTok videos. Actually that's the point, she should be coming out to see me soon. Brent, my toe has been fine for ages, I cannot blame the toe. Rob Harrison Facebook chat is working now. It's just I wasn't looking at it earlier. That'd be good if you could get 4 pairs of trainers on at the same time.
Nice.
Looks like I'm back down to 4th place again. I must be having a battle with somebody I can't see. Johansson, I think she was ahead of you, but then we turned around by accident and went in the wrong direction for a little bit, which is what I've done, Brent, today. Because of my camera angles, they automatically press buttons to change the camera angle, but sometimes they inadvertently change direction for me as well. Sometimes I turn the camera angles off because I don't want to change direction. Today I'm not bothered. So everyone else in the marathon is somewhere else on the course. They're running somewhere else. I have gone off. But I'm not worried, I'm not bothered about it. And that's what happened yesterday with Victoria. She turned around by accident in the middle of the race and went in the opposite direction. When we realised, we turned around again, so we were behind you on the course, but I think she was in front of you anyway in terms of time and distance, but only by a little bit. Yes, PK Nexus, yes, so even though she doubled back, the distance would still count. So when we turned around again, it was very confusing because there were 3 or 4 people ahead of her on the course who were actually behind her in the race.
Right on.
Bagel, Bartman Bagel, thank you very much for your ride on. Paul Schroeder says, how come it lets you change? Yeah, that's an annoying thing, really. Because it doesn't actually give you the option to change direction, but for some reason, when you can still press the keys on the keyboard, and it will, if you do it at the right point, you will change direction. But you're right, it should be locked so that those buttons don't work in a race to change direction. Right, this is a nice section of the course, or a nice section of Watopia, going through the oasis in the middle of the desert. And we are just about 9 kilometres in. Yeah. Yeah, it is an error in the game. You shouldn't be able to change direction, but it's just unfortunate that you can. I did, for most of Victoria's race yesterday, I had turned the camera angles off. But just for that one moment, I accidentally left them on, and which is why she turned around. Very annoying, but there we are. I mean, if you turned around in a real race, you would lose the distance. You know, you have to go from beginning to end of the race in the correct direction. So if that had happened on a real road and we'd turned around and gone the wrong way, yes, of course, we would have lost places. Yes, they could, Nexus, but we don't. The hills are not counted in Zwift running unless you manually do it. So the treadmill does not automatically alter when you come to a hill. So most races we do flat. The only runs that we do with incline, you will be given instructions on the screen to manually increase the incline. And it won't necessarily be in line with the elevation of the course in front of you. So we're not at that stage in Zwift running yet where your treadmill is automatically altered. Brent, yes, not yet though. So as you may know, there are 2 completely new worlds in Zwift as of this week. One is called Paris and one is called France. And geographically they're quite a way away from each other, both courses. So that's why they're 2 separate worlds. Specifically built for the Tour de France, the virtual Tour de France, which will be happening on Zwift. Currently, no one can go on those worlds. Soon, there will be cycling events held on those worlds, and at some point, we will be allowed to run on them. Just not yet. I'm just going to stop talking for a few minutes just to let my heart rate come down. Yeah, Brent, it is part of the AOS sponsorship deal for the Tour de France, yes. the separation now in the watches. None of them are at 10k yet. $9k on that watch. $20 miles to go. $10k on the white watch now. Another 500 meters left on that watch. But this watch here, the orange strap, is using the wrist-based accelerometer. The only thing this watch is doing is sending heart rate to Zwift. Other than that, it's using the wrist to get distance. Which is why I think this one is really weird. Because even the wrist-based accelerometer is more in tune than this stride. I think that's what I am, Nexus. Can you imagine what DC Rainmaker looks like when he's cycling around with all his gizmos on? I reckon I'm going to slow down at halfway. I'm not really settling into this pace, to be perfectly honest. Heart rate's okay. I just don't feel quite comfortable. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Go another 10k like this and see how I feel. There's 10k on that watch. We should ignore that one, really. Going out the clappers. Jens, thank you. James Smith, cheers buddy.
Thank you.
Heart rate still nice and steady, zones 2 and 3. Mainly zone 3. But look, we've just touched into zone 2 there. Yeah, we want to stay in zone 3 as long as we can, really. Don't really want to go up to zone 4 until later in the race. But like I say, after 21k, I might consider slowing down a bit. Marty, thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh, lovely big moon over the flowers. Oh no! So this experiment might be null and void because the good watch has died. I didn't put enough battery on it. Oh, that's a disaster. I'm gonna take it off. Well, I can't publish the results of this experiment because it's not gonna yield anything useful. That was the main watch, and I didn't charge it, so experiment null and void. I'll carry on with this watch, but right, less than 30k to go now.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Marvelous, thank you. Back up to third place.
Hammer time! Right on!
Jerry Macklin, thank you, and Main Guy, thank you. Is that another road off to the left? Is that a new road? Oh, get that off. That's a new road, isn't it? Ah! Look behind us. That is new. That is a new road. Anyone want to announce that on Zwift Runners? New road found, or new potential road found on Fuego Flats. I'm sure people have noticed it before, and you can tell me if you think you've seen it before, but I think that's new. Yeah, Marcus, it does look new, doesn't it? Marcus, how can you watch the stream and run your own run at the same time? How does that work? So not only have they added France and Paris, but there is also a new, potentially new road going to open up in the not too distant future. Christoph, I don't know, right, do you know, you say it seems easy for me. Sometimes you get a feeling about a run and you do feel like it's going to be easy, or you feel like it's going to be hard. So right now, I'm fairly comfortable, but I can sense, like in my head, I can feel like in the next 10k, it's going to feel hard. I feel like I haven't settled into the run at all, even though my heart rate's good and I feel relatively comfortable. I don't feel quite right, and I feel like it might be the second half might be a struggle. So Marcus is watching me on YouTube, and he's got Zwift on his iPad. With all the cyclists going past, you would have thought plenty will have noticed that new road by now. So, if I kept this pace up, we'd be done in 1 hour and in 2 hours 20 minutes from now. But we'll have to see. Just keep plodding along. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Fire Leather, good morning to you. Yes, I agree, Christoph. Oh, that's what it is, okay. So you're in third and I'm in fourth at the moment, Marcus. Can you see how far ahead second place is? Oh, right, okay. Not far at all then. So apparently second place in the marathon is only 45 seconds ahead. So if I feel strong towards the end, which there's no guarantee of, but let's say in 20 kilometres time, we'll see where second place is and maybe try and catch. That's the only problem with going off in the wrong direction. He's having no idea where the other runners are. Two hours, 15 minutes left. Victoria is running with my son Ellis, this one.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Thanks for the ride on, Victoria. So Victoria has just messaged me to say they've got 7 kilometres left of their half marathon. So my 9-year-old son Ellis is doing a half marathon on the trails today. Amazing. Victoria, if you're watching, how's Ellis feeling? Yeah, so in an hour or so, go and have a look at Strava and give my wife and my son kudos in Strava for their half marathon today. Well, she's obviously got the phone out and she can see that I'm streaming, so she's probably just going at a nice easy pace with Ellis and just having a look at the phone while she goes, checking up how I'm doing. I'm sure she's not watching the whole thing. She's just kind of popped in for 5 minutes. But if you are watching, well done, Ellis. Keep it going, buddy. You'll do it. Final massive hill, Ellis. Just one more little hill after this one and you're done, mate. It's downhill all the way to the finish. Don't worry, Jason, our kids are just the same a lot of the time. Got knocked over by a bike. Heart rate 138. Comfortable still. Okay, 5th place apparently is hot on our heels, catching us. I'm not going to speed up yet. I was even thinking of slowing down in about 5k, but we'll see how we go. I was just interested to see how far away 2nd place was. So if I feel good, we could play catch up later, but to be honest, I'm not going to start racing. If 5th place catches us up and passes us, I'm not going to start racing them. Right, 5k to go to halfway. 16 kilometres done, that's 10 miles. Keeping pace with the bikes up the hill.
Nice. Right on.
DPK, thank you. Shouldn't you be running, Victoria? Get on with it. I'll do my best, sweetheart. If I can do 3.5 hours, that'll be perfect. But anything between 3.5 and 3:45, I will be perfectly happy with. Yeah, you need a treadmill that's going to stand up to the hours of punishment, don't you, really? Okay, make sure you get some food and drink on board for that last final push, Victoria. And Ellis, keep going, buddy. Ellis Schlom did a 100k ride yesterday. Well done, buddy. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Good job. Congratulations.
Nice.
Good work, Ellis. Well done. That's for you, buddy. £300 raised for Parkinson's research. A little dodgy jump in heart rate there. Just ignore that, that's not right. Too tight. I don't like it when my watch is too tight. place, thank you. Less than 2 hours of running left now. Looks like we're going up the mountain. Which is not good psychologically because it makes you feel like you're running uphill, even though you're on the flat. Yeah, I kind of agree, Brian. It's quite nice, really, sometimes just to go kind of randomly off somewhere. Heart rate is still good, 139. 18 kilometres done, 24 to go. Always a bit rubbish when you're not even halfway. Mentally quite tough to deal with. Bit of a spillage there. Might have to do some wiping up at the end of this run. The accelerometer on this watch has just ticked over to 17 kilometres. This one isn't at 17 kilometres yet. And remember this one is supposed to be using a stride foot pod. So either my treadmill is miles out or this Stride foot pod isn't all that good. My other Stride foot pod is better, definitely. Unfortunately, my watch died because I foolishly didn't charge the battery enough, so that little experiment has bitten the dust, unfortunately. So, up the mountain we go. It's so easy to get set up with Zwift running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod, like the Zwift pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world. Still nice and comfortable. 144 BPM. Zone 3. Also just realised I don't actually need this watch on. It can still keep going because it's reading the foot pod, isn't it? It's not reading my arm movement or anything. It can just sit there. Buchanan, thank you for the ride on. Come out of the grass. Nisa Barlow, hello buddy.
Nice.
Mr. Sutham, thank you.
Nice.
Peter Barlow, there are some long distance runners in the run, but I'm not with any of them. I've gone off a different direction. Daniel, yeah, not 100% to be honest. Heart rate is good, but not sure I'm mentally quite there. So I'll stick to this pace as long as I can, but I'm not guaranteeing I'm staying here. So a few more kilometres and we'll reassess whether I need to just slow down a bit. I mean, I'll get it finished, but whether it's 3.5 or whether it's 4 hours is another matter. I'm not really too bothered. I mean, it'd be nice to keep pushing, but if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. So we'll just keep going as much as I can, and I'll slow down when I want to. Thank you, Peter. PK Nexus says, what does it take for you to get a runner's high? Lots of things, really. I think you need to have gone to a dark place. So you need to have really suffered in a run. Whether it's because you're going fast in a marathon, or whether it's because you're going for a very, very long time, like 100 miles, 200 miles. And you need to really suffer, then you need to come out the other side. But when you come out the other side, and if you finish the race, then you get that runner's high. And sometimes looking at beautiful views enhances that runner's high. Being alone in the wilderness, but mainly it's just that sense of achievement. And the sense of achievement is heightened when you have felt the real pain and suffering of hard running or endurance running. Thanks, Carl. I will. Daniel, not very much. 1 or 2 sweets and some drinks. I don't tend to eat a lot. I don't really stomach sugar very well when I'm running. Makes me feel sick. Which is why I enjoy long distance better, because then you're burning fat. So you're not taking on as much sugary stuff. So I've just had 2 small sweets now. Right, that's halfway now. Half a marathon done, half a marathon to go. 1 hour, 42 minutes left. Eric Lou says, do you think we'll be able to run in Paris soon? I don't know about soon. We will be able to run in Paris. But not just yet, I don't think. Might be a few weeks. Yes, PK, you do get that feeling sometimes that you can just keep going forever. PF says, you have very good heart rate. Have you done a lot of math training? So, hang on, let me just finish this sweet. Okay, some of you may have heard of MAF running, MAFs, that is short for Maffetone, and it's based on the work of Dr. Phil Maffetone, who suggests that the majority of your running needs to be very, very slow, and you need to run slow to run fast. That's the kind of motto, run slow to run fast. Basically, PF, I just run slow anyway. So I don't really follow any particular regime. I mean, I know about Maffetone, but I don't particularly follow it, but I understand that for conditioning, for core strength, for muscle conditioning, aerobic and endurance fitness, you need to put in the volume, lots of miles. But you can't do lots of miles at a high speed, at intensity. And the majority of your running, if you're doing high volume, the majority of your running needs to be in heart rate zones 2 and 3. You just can't run in zones 4 and 5 for every run. It's stupid, you'll burn yourself out. Now, this pace that we're going today, this is should be, normally, a relatively comfortable pace for me, which is why my heart rate is relatively comfortable, because I do feel pretty comfortable. But obviously, if I was to be trying for a marathon personal best, my heart rate would be in zone 4, and I would be pushing it much harder than I am now. And right now, I don't envy anyone who's trying for a marathon PB. I'm not feeling it at all. I would not want to go faster today. But this pace that we're doing now will get me in. If I carry on, I'll finish in 3 hours 30 minutes. Now my outdoor marathon PB is 3 hours and 9 minutes. So about 20 minutes quicker than we're going today. So at good fitness, this pace should be okay for me, which is why my heart rate is relatively comfortable. PK Nexus treadmills are certainly less impactful than running on tarmac on the roads, but your best bet is trail running. Trail running will be even less impact than treadmill running. Dagan, thank you. Right, 22k done, 20 to go, so just over 12 miles left. Should be done in 1 hour 37 minutes. Still going up the hill. Heart rate is still okay, but I need to stop talking now for a few minutes.
Nice! You suck! You just have to slow down. Slow down, but the more running you do, the more your heart will become used to it, the more your body becomes used to it. So just keep running until your heart rate goes up, and then just gradually slow it down a bit to bring your heart rate back down. And you'll find the more you do that, eventually the further you'll be able to go whilst keeping your heart rate at the same level. It's just experience and continuity, you know, keeping it going. Consistency. No worries, Marcus. Thank you, buddy. Eric Lou says, what is your most memorable marathon? Well, it depends what you're looking at. In terms of time, obviously my PB at the London Marathon 2016, absolutely perfect race, even splits all the way, finished in 3:09, which was the plan. I wanted to finish in just under 3 hours 10 minutes, and it worked perfectly, and very few runs pan out perfectly. But there are some marathons I've done which are just perfect in terms of the scenery, beautiful runs, like the Purbeck Marathon is a tough marathon, but it's so beautiful. So things like that. I mean, the most beautiful race I've ever done was CCC, 100 kilometers of the most stunning scenery. So I'll never forget that. Jason. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know plenty of people who don't subscribe to that theory, and they say, look, in order to run fast, you've got to run fast in training. And there is something to that, but all that means is that you've got to do the fast efforts as well. But 80% of your running should be slow, long runs. And the other 20% is interval training, whether it's hills or speed. That's where you put your speed efforts in. Guys, I just need to be quiet for a few minutes, try and bring my heart rate down. I feel like I'm kind of panicking a bit now, so I just need to settle down. Yes, Nexus. Get some oxygen. It's different here at this kind of pace. You can generally breathe fairly normally. Relatively quick breath in, quite deep, and quick out. Deep in, quick out. When you're running very fast, sometimes I adopt a kind of double breath out. So you kind of go like that. But that's only when you're running a lot faster. I don't know why you do that, it's just kind of a rhythm. But at this pace, you're just trying to keep yourself relaxed. I'm not sure I'm going to get down to 139 again, Nexus. I think we might be stuck in the 40s now for a bit. Jay Shaw, thanks for the ride on. Yeah, always good to get those cyclists. 25k done. 10.5 miles to go. Ten studio, yeah. Trying to keep it below 150 now. It's creeping in that direction. If I do too much talking, that's where it goes. Looking forward to my wife coming back so she can get me some more drinks. PF, anywhere between 60 and 100k a week. So I think this week is going to be about 105k or something. Jeff, she's out at the moment, the butler. She's actually doing a half marathon she's doing the 3/4 half marathon route with my 9-year-old Ellis. He's doing his first half marathon age 9. Ridiculous. But I'm hoping they'll be back in the next half an hour. Heart rate is definitely creeping up now. where you feel a total fraud. Going up at a 14% grade at 0% incline. Up to the radio tower we go. Good views from here if you've never been up here before. Top of the radio tower. Lovely views.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Ten miles to go. Yeah, YouTube's a bit slower. I've got it on normal latency. I should really have it on low latency on YouTube. It'd be a bit better then.
Right on.
Lawton, thank you. Sorry guys, I know I'm on the flat and you guys are struggling up the hill. Nexus, what is the latency like on Twitch, do you think? I hope so, Carl. Carl, this is up the epic comm to the radio tower. It's the second highest mountain on Zwift. Still going, Christoph.
Nice.
Second place now. Thank you, Tina.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a nice feeling psychologically to be running downhill. Yes, Christoph, people should explore a bit more on Watopia. Yeah, looks good. What you'll notice, if you look at my cadence, the more tired I get, the shorter my stride length is. And so the faster my cadence is on the treadmill. Because obviously the treadmill is not slowing down, the treadmill is going at the same pace. But my muscles are tiring, so my stride length is shorter. So my cadence is increasingly getting faster. Unless I deliberately think about it and try and slow it down. Keep on Gannon. Thanks, Jonathan Boyle.
Thank you.
Right, stomach is starting to go now. feeling sick. Thanks, Christoph.
I got a bad feeling about this.
1 hour left. Really want my wife to come now. Neil, hello, thank you. Yeah, squeeze that into my mouth. A bit salty. Hurting now. Heart rate is okay, but stomach causing me issues now. Legs are tired. Thanks, Nexus.
Right on.
Yeah. Neil, yes. 12 kilometres to go. Right, Nexus says find that happy place, yeah. Just got to settle into a zone. Try and maintain it as much as I can. Apparently got up to first place now. Thank you. Yes, I am. Sending an SOS to my wife to hurry up and get home because I am in need. If she doesn't come soon, I'm gonna have to jump off and go and get some water myself. No, Neil, I didn't run at all yesterday. Oh yes, please, Elsa. Can you fill that up with ice water, please? And can you bring, Elsa, can you bring a little cup of cold water to tip on my head? Not big, just a little cup. Thank you. Ice water. Just in time, Elsa arrives. Yes, Christoph, it is good. I like to see them pop up. Nexus, thank you. Neil, yes, I am doing a full marathon, yes. 10k to go, just over 10k. Hurting now. A lot. 50 minutes left. Yes, it's not bad, Neil. Right, we're in the orange zone now, zone 4 now. The last 10k. Again in 20 minutes. That's all right. Thank you, sweetheart. $10k to go. Brianna, thank you. Ellis. Ellis has just got home, he's done a half marathon. Well done, buddy. Great stuff. That is superb, Ellis, well done. Yeah. Vic, is there any chance you can go to the co-op and get me a Red Bull? Also, yes, birdies would be good. And also a small thing of milk. Please. Thank you. I've got 9k to go. Suffering now, guys. Really suffering. How do you feel, Alice? Yeah. Yeah, what time did you do? Awesome. 3 hours 35 minutes for Ellis's half marathon. And that's with 400 metres of elevation gain. Which is which? Yeah. I'm going to slow it down at 8 kilometres to go, I think. Really done it now. It's that mix of too much to drink, but not enough to drink. Stomach's really playing up. neckerchief. Maybe. Right, slow it down to 10. Just try and recover a bit. Really done it now. So slowing it down. Just see how it goes. Maybe I can pick it up again for the last 5k or something. Just too hard for me today. Hot again. Much prefer the cooler weather. Does anybody know how far second place is behind me? Can anybody find out at all? Big. When you use that keyboard, try and scroll up to the top of the messages so I can't see the latest messages. Yeah, might need to dry the keypad off or something to find the mouse. Yeah, that's probably the top. Cheers, Nexus, yes. Thanks, Tim. It's just really struggling now. Just have to kind of drag in the last 5 miles. Too hot for me. But I'll soon know. If I slip into second position, I'll soon know I have to speed up, won't I? Minutes left if I stay at this pace. water over my head. I don't think it'll make any difference. That water will be good just a bit over my head. Oh, that was a bit colder than expected. So, 35 kilometres done. 7 to go. And I am now in second position.
Right on.
Paul Hayward, thank you. Rob Harrison, but the first place, how far ahead is first place? like the clappers, there's no point in me speeding up. Rob Harrison says first place is 34 seconds ahead, 200 metres away. I'm not sure I've got it in me today. You go to Zwift Power, you should be able to click on live for the results for this run. Zwiftpower.com. Filter for running. Yeah. Watopia Run Festival, Fat Marathon, 2 PM, 1400 hours. Oh, but you're not logged in. Guys, if you can give me updates on first place, that would be great. Rob Harrison, thank you. Right, yeah. Scroll to the right to give you a time or a distance. Yeah, I went the wrong way. Oh, he's at 12.7 kilometers per hour. Oh no, I don't think I can do that. I can't do that. That's too hard for me in this heat. 12.7. Thanks for the ride on. Minutes to go. Oh yeah. Already would have finished the marathon by now. Well, I've got 3:11 on here. Yeah, Rob, thanks for the information, Nexus, as well. Yeah, I don't think I can get to 12.7 kph. So, I slow it down again at 4 kilometers to go. Totally done it now. Wendy Schroeder, thank you. Only 4k left now. Tina Beard says amazing running, thank you. Well, not the last 7k, hasn't been really. Died a death again. The last marathon I did on Zwift, I died a death in the last 7k. It's happened again today. Just can't run in the heat. 20 minutes to go. 4k left. Oh, what advice? Oh yeah, please. Not enough ice. Yeah. So this is blocks of ice inside a buff around my neck. I'm going to throw up any minute. Stomach has been playing up really badly for the last 7k. Christoph says, final 2 miles. Hey, can you read any of those? It's too small for me. Amazing running by Tina Beard. Thanks, Wendy Schroeder. Thank you, Jason. Victoria did a half marathon during my marathon, so she's been working hard as well. Last 3 kilometres, completely wrecked now. So I'm just going to jog it in. It's a shame I couldn't keep up first place. That'll be my one regret at the end of this marathon, is not being able to maintain first position. But I'll be glad to get this done now. So we're just going to jog in the last 3 kilometres, 15 minutes to go. So we're going to finish in around 3:35, which is perfectly okay. And it'll be 3 minutes faster than my last marathon on Zwift. Yeah, go on.
Jeff Parcher says, good work, Stephen. Keep pushing, nearly there. PK Nexus, honestly, well done, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Is that T-Sense Studio?
Studio.
It's okay, Stephen. Just get it done.
Thanks, guys, please. We don't have actually, no, tell a lie. No, can I have milk? Milk with ice. Please, thank you very
Can we
much.
finish that last bit of milk? I don't know if I've got the ice left. Barry Allen says, well done, Stephen. I done the 8 o'clock. Was hot, then nearly there. Rob Harrison says, no pressure as third is 22 minutes behind.
It's so easy to get set up with Zwift running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod like the Zwift pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world.
Choose a marathon on Zwift badge, as you already have it. Great running and good work. Happy Sunday. Rana says, hi Victoria, hello. Yeah, can you gift badges in Zwift?
No, you can't.
Nearly there. Okay, next it says 2 kilometres and Stevo221 says good effort. Right. Okay, you're going to be fine. Stay relaxed, stay focused. Schroeder says the end is near, last push to the finish. Feeling that the end is near is always amazing. Indeed it is. 1 mile to go. It really is bizarre how you feel like you cannot go any faster, and as soon as you see that finish line in that last push. Christoph Herman says final mile to kill. And Monica says, and we still love the music.
No, it's repeated about 4 times now.
PK Nexus says the psychology of sports is amazing. Really is. So much of it is mental strength. PK Nexus is saying best song ever. Whatever that one is. And Brianna says nearly there, you can do it. later years.
Right, final kilometre.
Tomorrow's run to you. She also says your avatar looks great. Unlike you. No, only joking. Tina Beard, as frustrated as I am that I'm injured and can't run, this afternoon watching this has been so good for my mental state. I'm truly impressed. Hope you're going to rest tomorrow. I doubt it. EK Dexter says his avatar is not even breaking a sweat.
Right up.
Matthias says, amazing job, Stephen. I'm sorry to have to tell you that, but Ellis is still the hero of the day. Says Monday Rug Club tomorrow. He can't rest. I wouldn't be surprised. Done it! Sheer relief that the pain is over. Family, I don't think we're going to be doing much this evening.
Oh my God. Done. Well, we got second place. 4 minutes behind the winner in the end. So tired after that. I'm sorry I couldn't bring it home. But, you know, well, I brought it home, but you know what I mean. I'm sorry that I couldn't keep up 12 kilometres an hour. Second time it's happened on the treadmill, just burned out with 7k to go. I'm so glad that's over. I'm so tired. But that's another marathon completed on Zwift. You know, whether it's an absolute full marathon or not, whether you believe my treadmill or I believe my treadmill, or whatever, you know, that's a solid, whatever the distance, that's a solid 3 hours and 36 minutes of running at around 175 steps per minute. So I don't care what that actual distance is, really. Interestingly, I'm at 42.2. 42 kilometres, not 42.2, which is a bit. Why am I at 42.0? Let's walk out to just make sure we're at 42.2. A marathon is 42.195 metres. Kilometres rather. 42.195 kilometres. According to my stats on the right hand side, I've only done 42 kilometres dead on, which is not the right distance, is it? I mean, I don't know what it said on the result, what my distance was. Yeah, I mean, it gave me the finish, but was their programming correct? Do you know what I mean? Was the actual distance programmed incorrectly? Maybe they only programmed in 42k, not 42.2. I'm just going to walk it through, because whatever happens, I'll finish in under 3 hours 40 for a full marathon. I've got a bit of a pain in my left knee, which is a bit annoying. Oh, Sen Studio says it did show 42.2 when I crossed the finish line. Okay. Thank you, Sen Studio. I hadn't noticed that. Oh yeah, I'm very tight in my left knee. Right, that's it. Thank you very much, everybody, for all your support in that. That was really hard, and I'm really, really grateful for everything that you said on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch chat. Much appreciated. And my son Ellis.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
He is also very grateful for all your support for his half marathon today. 9 years old, and he's run 13 miles with 400 metres of elevation on the trails this afternoon. So that, admittedly, is a far greater achievement than mine today. So I only even take second place in our family today for amazing achievements. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Joins the chat right at the end, but says he's been watching the whole way through while sitting and eating on the couch. Well, sitting and eating on the couch is what I'm going to do right now. Oh, cheers, guys. Right. I'm done. Right. Let's Nexus. No. Richard Portias is saying, congratulations. You're an example of improvement, effort, and perseverance. Thanks for sharing. No problems. Nexus, how many pizzas are you going to earn? Oh, how many pizzas did I earn? Actually, I don't know. I'll have to have a look. Jump it, yeah. So Matthias Topping says jump it back to the finish line and see what the distance was. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Bear with me while I just see if I can find that. Right, right, I'll just show you this, hang on. Okay, so here I am coming into the finish, 41.89. 41.9. So let's just watch it and see what the distance and time are at the end there. Oh gosh, I am absolutely soaking wet as well. Richard says, unfortunately the Berlin Marathon was cancelled. I still have to decide if to participate in 2021. Yeah, you should do. I would love to do the Berlin Marathon. I've been signed up for it twice, but not actually made it. Okay, so that's according to the...
Also, it's Monday Rugby Club tomorrow. He can't rest.
According to that, it is going to be about 42.2. Coming into the finish. .08, 42.09. So yeah, I mean, it is going to be 42.2 according to the top there, but according to the listing on the right hand side, it wasn't. It was only 42 flat. Mr. M says, take care, really good job. Thank you very much, buddy. PK Nexus says, have a good one later. Yeah, so it was. Oh, that is weird, isn't it? And then it jumps to 41.98, 41.99. How weird is that? Yeah, very strange.
Relief that the pain is over.
Right, I'm done. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. We will see you probably tomorrow for a little bit of Monday Run Club. I am absolutely shattered. I'm going to go and lie down and have lots to eat and drink. Take care, guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.